Hello, Red Cedar. I wanted to give one last video to sort of a video announcement regarding June 25th. Hopefully all of you or most of you have heard about what's happening on June 25th, but three things. We're going to be voting, and we're also going to be sending off the Uganda team and sending off the NAPs. Let me first of all talk about the vote, just to continue to give clarity. What we're voting on that Sunday is no longer the play structure. We've sort of removed that out of the way because we want to take some time to rethink that a little bit. So we're going to be voting on the approval of the use of designated funds. There's some designated building funds that have been set aside. We're voting on the approval of using those funds to enhance our worship space and to add a kitchenette and some exit doors to the classroom downstairs, some exit doors to the play structure. All that's part of one package that we're voting to approve. Let me make it super clear. We're not voting on a particular design or paint colors or wood style, though we're continuing to ask for your input through the suggestion box or any other way that you want to give us that information. The drawings that we have up there in the foyer, the paint samples that we have on the wall in the sanctuary, all of those are what we would say are close approximations to the final product. We are also that Sunday voting on a deacon of care, namely Chris Griffin. We have been praying for multiple years that the Lord would raise up someone to be a deacon of care. The care ministry not only keeps pastors connected to people through hospitalizations and other issues, but deals with people that are having other kinds of life challenges. A deacon that's sort of coordinating all of that, not just being the 9/11 operator, so to speak, and the fireman, but actually helping coordinate a team responding to some of these various short-term and long-term needs. So we'll be voting on Chris Griffin Sunday as well on June 25th. One clarification too, people have been asking, how do votes get passed? How do they get approved in the congregation? The Constitution basically says we need a majority. In some cases, a 2/3, but in financial decisions, a 51% majority approval. And it's not of the total voting members, it's of 51% approval of those who are present voting on the day. Now, that said, it has been our long-standing history at Red Cedar that we are always seeking an overwhelming majority of approval on a decision. And almost always before a vote happens, for example, the play structure, if we sense that there's a significant hesitation or reservation on people, we'll regroup and try to present a vote that we think has the largest possible approval. So that's really the heart of what we're always after in the voting process. Finally, we're going to be sending Sunday. The Uganda team has been on Kate Skidmore's radar for multiple years. So many things have thwarted that. That's finally going to happen, and we're going to be hearing about it ahead of time, but also that Sunday, we'll have the privilege of laying our hands and praying on that team as they head off to Uganda. And then perhaps the biggest thing of all happening June 25th is the sending of Matt and Lauren Knapp and their 4 children to a new assignment in Minneapolis at a church there. Matt will be taking on the pastor of care ministry. Matt and Lauren have been with us for 9 years. Virtually all their children were born and raised here so far. They've been an integral part of our family. We're only just beginning to recognize what I'm calling the nap gap. So this is our chance to sadly say goodbye, but sweetly send them off to what the Lord has in store for them. So join us on June 25th. If you can't be there, please pray for that day. Thank you so much for the healthy nature of this church.